Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Death Ray here, back yet again. Holy crap, it feels like I just can't get away from hanging out with you guys here on YouTube. Earlier on today at 1 p.m. my time, so 3 p.m. Eastern, I was on Flet's Movies and Pop Culture 13 with good old Flet and Shay Rants talking about a bunch of Christmas horror movies. And then earlier this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, we hopped on and watched Home Alone together. But, I just couldn't stay away from you guys. It's a Friday the 13th weekend. So to me, it feels like the whole weekend has to be a celebration of the franchise, of Jason, all that fun stuff. Last night, we watched Never Hike in the Snow, one of the amazing Womp Stomp films directed by Vincent DeSanti. Really fun stuff. And tonight we are back. You guys voted. Thank you so much to all the 46 folks who put in their votes here on YouTube. I think the choices were part 3, the final chapter, The New Blood, and Jason Takes Manhattan. And oh my God, for a long time, Jason Takes Manhattan was in a massive lead. And I started to get a little scared. Not that I wouldn't watch it for you guys, but it's one of the movies in the franchise I don't enjoy quite as much. I mean, as a kid, I think I had a lot more fun with it. And I know that we would have a total blast, poking fun and enjoying what we could out of it. But at the very last minute, I let the voting run up to 11 a.m. my time today. Right at the last minute, the final chapter won by 1 vote. So holy cow, guys, we are about to watch the 4th entry in the final in the Friday the 13th franchise, the final chapter, directed by Joseph Zito. Tom Savini coming back for effects. Corey Feldman's in this one. You got the amazing Ted White as Jason Voorhees, quite possibly my favorite look of Jason. I know The New Blood is got a fantastical look to it, but what I love about Jason in this one, he still feels a little grounded. I love the grunting and all that kind of stuff. I think it really works for Jason. And yeah, this one's really fun. A lot of tits and ass. We got Crispin Glover doing his Back in Black dance. We got the Doublemint twins. And we have, oh my goodness, Judy fucking Aronson, the hottest. Ooh, what's happening? The hottest of the hot girls of all 80s slasher movies. Oh my God, she's got to be the tippy top of the bunch. This movie's really fun. For a long time, this was my favorite film in the Friday the 13th franchise, but over the last 15 years, I've really fallen in love with Jason Lives. So I'm excited to check this one out with you guys, but I want to jump on over to the chat, say what's up to everyone. We got 20 people watching so far. Holy cow, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being such sweethearts, and the chat is just blowing up. Let me see here. Gina says, yeah, not Vancouver. It's why I voted for this instead of 3. Yeah, she picked her spot. She'd rather, go with a front runner or second place just to make sure it's not Jason Takes Manhattan. I admire that, Gina. We got Adrian James. What's happening, Adrian? Paula Fitzhenry, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Paula? What's happening, Gory Tiger? And we got Billy Judd. What's scrapping in Billy Judd? Let's see here. Sean Laughlin. Hello, everyone. I'm here to support Davey, pulling double duty as someone who works 2 jobs. Thank you so much, Sean. Really appreciate that. Leanna says all the cools are here. I love it. What's happening, Antonis? Great to see ya. I am the comeback king, Kevin Ketchy. How you doing? And holy cow, Cody Snyder has gifted 5 Davey Death Ray memberships. Let's jump on over to YouTube. I want to see who got those. All right, so Mud Nelson, our guy Gavin, got a membership. Hell yeah, welcome back. Manny's Manic Media, welcome back to Manny as well. Adrian Phillips and Ty Lee were gifted memberships. There's supposed to be a 5th one. Where's the 5th one? Let's see here. You guys are just so active in the chat that I think it didn't even list a 5th one. Who got the 5th? Why can't I see that? What's going on? I don't know. And then, oh my gosh, I can already see. We'll get back to saying what's up to everybody, but Leanna also gifted 5 memberships as well. Kevin Ketchy, Allie girl, our girl Allie. What's in a name? Jonathan Ball and Frank's Media and Reviews. All right, hell yeah, that's amazing. We have 10 more channel members than we did 10 minutes ago. You guys are absolutely incredible. Let me catch back up to where we were. Let's see. Really appreciate that, Cody. Yeah, man. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. Hope you have safe travels and that you get to spend time with your family, kicking back a little bit, this holiday season for sure. What's happening, Allie? So great to see you. I'm really pumped you were able to get one of those gifted memberships. Antonis must have been gifted one of the memberships from Cody. He must be the fifth one that for whatever reason I can't see in the chat. So welcome back, Antonis. Let's see here. What do we got? Jared Arnold, what's happening? Jared, how are you doing? Yeah, it has been a while. I've been doing all right. Really appreciate you jumping back in and really appreciate you being a member as well. Jared, thank you so much, man. The support means everything. What's happening, Ryan? How are you doing? Yes, Wade effing Wilson. It is double Death Ray today. And we got Jamie Hart, our original Death Squad mod and one of our great channel members as well. Part 4 rules, but my favorite Friday is part 2. And that's a really good one too. I think that's my top 3 would be 6, 4, and 2. Ryan loves Final Chapter. Hell yeah. Brad Underwood. Welcome, Brad. I feel like your Eagles Super Bowl ring is familiar to me. So I think you've been in here before. So welcome back. And yeah, man, a lot of people. Final Chapter is the best. I think it's really, really good. So I am pumped to check it out with all of you guys. Blu-ray Addict, how you doing? Blu-ray, so great to see you. Yeah, Allie, it's ridiculous how hot Judy is. Ridiculous. Guys, she's still over the top hot. It's insane. Holy cow, we got Brooke Scarlett, one of our great Death Squad mods and channel members. How you doing, Brooke? So great to see you. Hope the weekend is kicking off nicely for you and yours. Jonathan Nichols is back for more. Welcome back, Jonathan. He says, this is my favorite for sure. All right. Well, you guys, we're in good company here. This is really cool. 23 people hanging out on the stream. Guys, we are going to get to the movie very soon. I love to say what's up to everybody. Prince, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining on in with us here. Yeah, I think Antonis got the 5th one. And for whatever reason, YouTube is just being a little shy about it. Kevin says, while I appreciate this entry, I don't hold it in a high regard like most of the fan base. What do you think it is that makes it the general favorite? Well, Kevin, I think this one's got like all of the trappings of your classic 80s slasher. It's really, fun-loving. You've got characters that are really goofy but natural. You do have plenty of that nudity. You do have some really good gore here. I think there's just something about with Jason wearing the mask in the 3rd movie, this Final Chapter movie really solidified that iconic look for him as well. And I think another reason why is because even though the funny stuff is funny, like all the Jason stuff is handled pretty seriously. It is, out of most slasher movies, it seems like relatively grounded. And I think people really relate to either Corey Feldman, or I know there's people out there like our great Death Squad mod, Cody Snyder, that thinks Trish is just the absolute dish, the dishiest of dishes. So yeah, I think that there's something about that. It hits all the points. When you're looking at a slasher, what makes a slasher a slasher? I think it hits all those points really well. I also think that Joseph Zito is really good at directing. And I know there's the controversy about the Judy Aronson scene in the inflatable raft and all that stuff. Most fans know that story. It sounds like maybe Joseph Zito wasn't the director that was really like there fighting for the people. But I think as far as where to put the camera, how to make a movie work, I'm a big fan of The Prowler from 1981. I think he does an even greater job here. So I think there's just something about that as well. Tyler Adams is hanging back out. Hell yeah, Tyler, great to see you. Says stoked for this watch party. Well, yeah, guys, we've been chatting for about 4. Why did I say 4? Because Blu-ray Addict saying 4. Also, part 4 looks really good in terms of filmmaking. Yes, we've been hanging out for about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to be watching on Paramount Plus. It's just a little bit easier for me to listen to the movie and all that stuff. So let me just get the timer going. I just want to make sure I'm gonna have the timer start at about 5 seconds. And when the film hits 5 seconds on Paramount Plus, I'm gonna restart the timer. Let me just bring that into here. I thought I had it in here. Sorry about that. It's just totally not professional. What the hell's going on? I do want to say to everyone watching after the fact, thank you so much for checking out the stream. It really helps the live, keep its legs, especially if you make sure to like and comment if you're watching after the fact. Everyone that is watching along right now, let me know if you are watching along. And yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Share this stream or this channel with somebody with the Friday the 13th lover in your life that's looking for a little final chapter action tonight, if you know what I'm saying. And yeah, ultimately, I just really appreciate you kicking it with us. I come to YouTube for the community and for you guys, and I'm having a friggin' blast. So really, really looking forward to watching this flick with you. What's up? We got Ashton Luck in the house. How you doing, Ashton? Great to see you. Aaron Click has joined us as well. Hell yeah, Aaron. And let's see here. Oh yeah, Kevin is now a channel member. So congratulations to all the new channel members. We have 10 new channel members here tonight. And yeah, I'm pumped to get this going. And for all the mods out there, if somebody does come in here and starts spamming the chat with a whole bunch of nonsense, just time them the F out. Home Alone was fun, but some of it was just like, these guys, what is happening? Of course, if they're a channel member and they're spamming, they're totally allowed to spam as long as they're not sharing links to some weird shit. All right. You guys are great. Really appreciate you. One last thing. If you're like, ooh, I want to throw Davey a little cash, but I don't want YouTube to take any money. Holy cow, look at that little Venmo QR code. You should be able to scan that bad boy. Just if you're feeling that holiday spirit, no obligation at all, but I just thought I would let you guys know what that is all about. All righty. Thank you so much, Jamie. Really appreciate you. I sent you a message on Insta because I was getting a little suspicious about somebody in the last stream, but we are watching Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Yeah, right. And I've got it pulled up here on Paramount Plus. What I'm going to do is say 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to hit play on go. Right now, the movie is paused at 0 seconds. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this rolling. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, there we go. Starting the timer. And I'm going to pause the music right now. Paramount Pictures presents. Oh, I love it. We get the campfire stuff about Jason. We get Paul. There's someone in this fucking room. Yeah. Have I ever told you guys I think that Pamela actually is the one responsible for Jason's death? Mm-mm. Except for if you've seen the first Friday the 13th, you know that's not Jason, that's Pamela. What the hell, man? Oh, Mr. Christie. Useless. It does. Yeah, Blu-ray, it does. Oh, no. I'll confirm it for you right now, Billy. It was absolutely a dream. I don't care what anyone says. No, it's a slasher series. They've confirmed nothing. It's my favorite line in the movie. I love that scene in part 2. Yeah, it's really cool Blu-ray. I love that they did that with these movies. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Ooh, Aaron says I'm probably in the minority, but the OG is my favorite in the franchise. As I've said so many times, it's because it has the most mood and atmosphere, and that elevates any slasher. I do think that like Jason Lives has a lot of atmosphere. But I agree with you that yeah, part 2, part 3, part 4, not as much. Part 5, certainly not very much atmosphere at all. Yeah, I think the first movie, when I sat down and did my ranking, it ended up higher than I had thought it would be, because I really took a second look at all of them, or a 20th look at all of them. And yeah, I think what loses points for the first movie is the fact that it's a whodunit without any breadcrumbs. So it's a kind of a cheap whodunit, in that sense. But as far as yeah, the way it's shot and everything and the mood and atmosphere, yeah, I think it's really good. Whoa! It's officially the '80s, man. Everything's blowing up. It's true. It's true. Yeah, I can't remember where I put it in my ranking, guys. I think it was like 5 or 6. I mean, it's in the middle. I almost put the '09 remake in front of it, and depending on the day, I might because I really do like that '09 remake. Yeah, I don't know if they brought back Tom Matthews and everything. We've seen Adrian come back in Jason Rising. It would be cool to see Jenny come back. I know, it's no secret that Amy Steele, regrets not coming back to the franchise. Brooke Scarlet, part 2 is my fave. Gotta love the sack. In more ways than one, Brooke. In more ways than one. Yeah, man, I think the remake's really good. I saw it in the theater, not to pull a Jamie Hart here, but I saw it in the theater. I had a really good time. I watched it with a friend of mine who really didn't like slasher movies. He kind of buys into the whole like ultra feminist, old school way of thinking that it's like they're just exploitative and all that kind of stuff. But I had a lot of fun. To me, it was like everything that I look for in a Friday the 13th film, and I got it. Um, Jason or Derek Mears, sorry. Derek Mears was a great Jason, and Marcus Nispel, man, between the TCM remake and the Friday the 13th remake, pretty good, pretty solid on the remake front. Yeah. Yeah, it's not well, just a who done it in the sense that yeah, you don't know who the killer is. They don't try to, it's not like Scream where you're actually like where it's part of the plot that you're wondering who it is. But I mean, let's face it, it's a whodunit. Like you don't know who the killer is, and then at the very end they reveal who the killer is. That is in its essence what a whodunit is. Well, I think that Jason Rising, I think it just picks up from the first movie. It's a legacy sequel to the first movie. Yeah, I like the Sackhead Jason. I really like all of this too, like this really cool like crane shot. I love the connective tissue. It feels if you go from part 3 into this movie, it blends so well. It's almost like watching the next episode of a TV show or like, after when there's a season ender and then the season premiere of the next season catches you up and I've always loved that in filmmaking, that sort of like let's see the same scene from a little bit of a different tilt on the perspective. I love that about like some of the Back to the Future stuff, just sort of, getting to experience it from a different point of view. I think that's really fun. I think that gives some rewatchability. I even like that in storytelling in general, like, the Harry Potter series. Like, once you've read those books or watched those movies and you realize what's really going on with Snape and his agreement with Dumbledore and all that stuff, when you rewatch the whole series, it gives you a completely different, you know, different textures and landscapes as far as like what's really going on behind the scenes. That is a muddy, muddy road there. Reminds me of home. Southeast Alaska. Lots of muddy roads. Man, they've really brought out the whole brigade here because Crystal Lake can't be that big, but they've got them all out. Mm. Belton. You got a job to do, lady. You love it for the chicks, Allie? It's all about the chicks, right? I wish that he got another chance as well, Blu-ray. Me too, me too. No worries, Aaron. You know what? Let's have you hop on a stream sometime or something and let us know. I love that. That quiet, Crane goes back up, gets very, very quiet. You're just sort of left there with your thoughts. I like it. Little more aftermath there. I like that. Holy cow, what's happening, Mr. Cody Falk from Wet Paint Pictures? How you doing, Cody? Great to see you popping in here, man. Hope all is well with you and yours. Yeah, it was pretty good at keeping a timeline. Pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's usually written in the dialogue or illustrated. Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, then it's like a mystery killer. Either way, however you want to term it, there are holes in the script, If there weren't, then it would overwhelmingly be probably most people's favorite, similar to how Halloween is, most people's favorite in that franchise, or the first Nightmare on Elm Street is most people's favorite in that franchise, or at least one of the two favorites. But in general, man, I think a big reason why is the payoff with the killer is, pretty flimsy, pretty flaccid. It's the stupendous tits, right, Allie? Or is it Trent? Because he's such an asshole. But chicks dig it. Chicks dig it. I love Trent as a character because I hate him, and I think we're supposed to. Performed very, very well. Whatever Van Winkle, whatever that guy's name is. Is he Vanilla Ice's relative? Oh, I didn't know that. Chris Higgins was going to be decapitated in part 3. I would have been cool with that. I don't, Chris is like, kind of to me. I mean, she puts up a little bit of a good fight. I just don't think the performer's really that good. Leanna gifted 5 more memberships. Holy cow. I love that line. The Super Bowl of self-abuse. That is brilliant. Who thought of that? No one would ever say that, but it's absolute gold. Let's see here. So Leanna gifted 5 memberships. Chud's Corner, Dark Room Reviews, Josh G, Brother Fluff Salisbury, and D Harp 666. Welcome to the Death Squad membership family, everyone. This is a funny thing too. It's like, this guy is a total sleazeball, and this cute nurse, like, even though she knows he's a total sleazeball, like, she still is willing to give him the time of day. And this is I can't remember the name of his character in Police Academy, but this is like the klutz guy from Police Academy. And in Seinfeld, he plays the rabbi that like tells everyone's secrets in the most nonchalant of ways. Kevin says the mood of part 1, Vicky in part 2, and Jason in part 3 make those 3 my favorites in the franchise. There you go. Yes, perfect placement. Spiked Eggnog is buying the memberships tonight, folks. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Leanna. Yeah. The way he talks to her is pretty funny. Oh my. Of course, I should have known it was gonna be some supernatural sort of business alley. He's built like a car. He's built like a 5 foot 3 inches car. Yeah, for sure. I agree. And yeah, Aaron, it's like it's not my favorite, but I do think if aliens landed and they're like, "What is an 80s slasher?" I'd be like, "Oh, just watch the friggin' final chapter, you annoying ass aliens." If I send you that picture of Kimberly Beck and I, will you plaster that on screen? StreamYard is weird with like how I share things. Oh, poopy. I didn't mean to do that. Let me bring that timer back up. Don't worry, folks. The timer is still moving. Um, I could show it at the end of the stream, Cody. Yeah. Vicky's death was extended. Oh, he's such a good Jason. Yeah, Brad. I mean, I think he might be my favorite too. I love the, it's so tough because like I love the sackhead look. Richard Brooker's traps are amazing. Like Jason really does kind of have like a monstrous look, and I think that's, you know, something that should be appreciated. But yeah, I mean, the version of Jason in this one that does the grunting and all that and just brute strength. And guys, this workout video here, with the girls doing like the booty bounce, that same workout video is in the amazing comedy film Dirty Work, I think from 1998 or something like that, with Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald, Artie Lang, Chevy Chase. I think it was directed by Bob Saget. Hey, what's happening? Dynamite Tiger. Welcome to the hang. Yeah, Trent is it's very well performed. The attitude that the performer brings, so good. They're all random, Victor. They're all random. You just have to hang out. It's probably the more you hang out, or maybe the more you engage with the channel. I really don't know how it works. I think it's just random. You got a good little Zaxxon going there. I don't know if that's an Amstrad or what he's playing it on there. They use that picture of Tommy with the alien mask on the back of the VHS cover. It's totally misleading. Mom's got a juicy booty. I've seen this. I'm trying to. Oh, this cabin was used in Pumpkinhead. After the younger folks like accidentally kill the kid and they run away and everything. Like this is the cabin that they go to. Ack ack. Nice alien joke. He probably couldn't have though, Cody. Trent looks like he's way bigger, doesn't he? I don't know. Those supernatural guys. CW actors. Ooh. Yeah, just go ahead and send it my way, and after the movie, we can show it. So many tigers. Oh, for real? One of the girls from part 5 is in the video, in the workout video? Damn. That workout video used to play between movies on HBO back in the early 80s. Holy cow. I bet he did. Just bouncing butts. Whew. And I think this is a big reason why, Kevin, that people love this movie is these sorts of interactions. It's like, yeah, you can say, oh, this is bad acting, but it's also like, just feels natural and real and not overly rehearsed, these guys. It's good stuff. Hola a todos. What's happening, Victor? ¿Cómo estás? Oh yeah, I mean Dirty Work. If you guys haven't seen Dirty Work, it's one of the funniest movies ever. Yeah. Anyone could be hiding under any bed. Those awful teens. It's so good. Oh, he is? Yeah, I don't know. I always assume actors are relatively small. Yeah, I watched Pumpkinhead earlier in the year, leading into spooky season, and I was like, man, the counter in the kitchen looks so familiar. It looks like the one from Final Chapter. And so I checked IMDb, and movie magic is crazy, guys, because like depending on where you put the camera and which kind of camera you use, if you watch Pumpkinhead, the house feels really small, and then when you see it in the Final Chapter, it feels a bit more spacious. But yeah, I checked the IMDb; it's the same location. I would imagine it's been used for a whole bunch of movies. Ah, Darcy DeMoss is in that video. Interesting. She's in the workout video? Oh, she's the chick with okay, with the RV. Gotcha. That's where is the Saigon whore that bit my nose off? Así, así. Gracias. This chick, Rosie O'Donnell. Who is she kidding? She doesn't eat bananas. Come on. I know I'm being mean. I'll stop being mean. Okay. Okay. I'll stop being mean. And Jason is just like, F you. Very tough the way Ted White is with the grabbing of the hair. And moving on to dinner. Yes. Done. How dare I? Yeah. You're too funny, Leanna. My feet bleed. Sometimes I see old Jack watching me sleep, which is off putting. Holy cow. Leanna gifted 5 more memberships. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. It's amazing. YouTube is so far behind. Brandon Collins was gifted a membership. Jess Yellow, Maniacal Mary, Chris L, and Solvents. Welcome. Some of you are coming back to the membership fray, and some of you are new. Wow. So, what is that? 15, 20 new members or something like that just on this stream? You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Leanna. She's incredible. Exactly. John Travolta. It's like Oprah, you know? You get a membership. You get a membership. John Travolta. Bring on Dr. Phil. It is a very Griswold ride. Yeah. It's got the wood paneling. Yeah, they didn't mess around, Billy. Did not mess around. What's happening, Andy? How you doing, man? Welcome back. Very devoted. And I'm sorry, guys. Speaking of devoted, I need to put my attention square on the screen here because my girl, Judy. Wow. What a gal. If you had to pick Barbara Crampton or Judy Aronson, which way are you going? To me, it's a total toss-up. I think I could satisfy them both. Oh my goodness, Leanna, you are too generous. Another 5 memberships gifted. Holy cow. Jamie Hill, the actress Jamie Hill from Skinamarink. Yes, it is the same Jamie Hill. She's been a member before. No holding back. Marcus Piakowski, Joe Hahn, and Jordan Moran were all gifted memberships. Welcome to the fray, you guys. You've got Leanna to thank on that one. Too awesome. Mom's looking at a paper right there. It's like body missing from it. She's like, boring. Where's the sale? Where's the coupon? Losers. Mom's got kind of a skeletal face. Little, I don't know. 32 votes in the poll is the final chapter, the best entry in the franchise. 62% of everyone that voted says yes, and it's not even close. 38% say no way, my favorite is blank, and I think most of you have let me know in the chat. Thank you so much. I'm going to close out that poll and get another one going here because I'm just curious. Judy Aronson or Barbara Crampton? You have to satisfy my curiosity. And we'll do a screenshot and we'll share it with both of them on social media. I'm sure they'll feel very good about that. All right, there we go. Boom. I love Judy and Vinny in 13 Fanboy. That was such a good twist. Yeah, very charming. I bet you were jealous, Allie. Yeah, really fun stuff. Let's see here. Holy cow, Cody Snyder gifted 10 Davey Death Ray memberships. Guys, our membership numbers have almost doubled here just on this stream. Is that the power of Friday the 13th? I hope so. I hope so. Let's see who got those 10 memberships. Holy cow. Flex Movies and Pop Culture 13, Travis Mitchell, Nick Push's Horror Channel. Shout out to Nick. Cameron Stewart, That's Andrew, Wilkie's Movies and Music, Miss 80s Movies and Music, and Nessie. Oh, and Lil Boozy Bert were all gifted memberships. Holy cow. Thank you so much, Cody. Cody, Leanna, you guys are amazing. Not only as, members yourselves and Cody as a mod, but really appreciate, the support and the love here with the memberships. You guys are absolutely incredible. Wow. Yeah, I think that's one of the things about Joseph Zito. He really just knows how to shoot a good-looking movie. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because this is the same year, right? Right? They're probably shooting those right around the same time because I think they both came out in 84. This one and Gremlins. Final chapter is the GOAT. So Aaron, Judy she's the brunette girl when the two girls were talking in the bathroom. She's also one of the love interests in Weird Science. She's been in, I'm trying to think of she was in what's it called with Charlie Sheen about the spirit that comes back through the motorcycle thing. Oh, what is that called? I've seen the movie and I can't remember the name of it right now. I'll look it up. I can't think of it. They're telling me it's something else. Let's see here. The Wraith. I think she's in The Wraith as well. I could be wrong. Yes, I am wrong. She's not in The Wraith. So huge waste of time. Sorry about that, everyone. Everyone's taking back those memberships now. Yeah, that's a good one, Leanna. And that's Judy right there. She just took her top off. So now you know, and knowing is half the battle. And there's that little booty. And the Doublemint twins are showing their, goods as well. It's it's an amazing time to be alive in 1984 at Crystal Lake. 35 new channel memberships tonight, you guys. We were at like 47 before that. That is amazing. I think that's probably the most we've ever had. Adding 35 to that list, that's crazy. You guys are so supportive and wonderful. I don't know, Ashton, maybe they just want you to share the channel with everyone that you know. Yes. What's happening, Kyle Curtis? How you doing, man? It was fun jumping in and hanging out with you guys for a minute during your Lethal Weapon watch party earlier. And you just got gifted a channel membership. Not so bad. I bet, Allie. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate you. I think I heard that at some point, Jared. But thanks for reminding me because it's one of those things that totally gets lost. Because I've every now and then I watch those videos on YouTube where it's like, I think what's the big one that's around now is I can't again I'm forgetting the name, but this guy does like the what ifs of like the original plans for Spider-Man 4 or whatever, and he'll do stuff like that with like the canon Spider-Man. Yeah, and I remember hearing that. There's also, the famed James Cameron, script, and he was going to direct one as well. The Weird Science movie. Yep. Sherilyn Fenn. Okay. Yeah, was she also in Twin Peaks? Oh yeah, there you go. I should have just looked two chats down. Yeah. Earmuffs and close your eyes, everybody. There's boobs abound. Look out. It is the 80s, a time that was free and fun. I did not know that one of the Doublemint twins is married to Cole Hauser. I did not know that. I know about Sherilyn Fenn because Lagwagon sings about her in a song about growing a beard of shame. I'm a big Fat Records, West Coast punk rock fan from back in my high school days. I think the lyric is, I've heard it said she looks a lot like Sherilyn Flynn, and sometimes I'm mistaken for Billy Gibbons. Looks like a wise man, but I'm an idiot. There you go, Aaron. Or if you're a Vandals fan, Live Fast Diarrhea. And Corey Feldman's very resourceful here. Some pack of patootsies. Yeah, it's a great line. Yeah, I really like, Yellowstone's really fun for a while. And then, TV for me, it became like a soap opera where it was just like all about the drama. And I was like, where's the story going? Like, is there really a story anymore? Or is it just the same thing happening over and over again? It feels like TV just does that. That's awesome, Jamie. Yeah, well, Paramount wanted the franchise to end on this one. They were tired of it, but it made kept on making money, and this one made the most, so they came back. Yeah. Yeah, Paramount was ashamed of this. It was like they wanted to cut it loose, but it was not only paying for itself, I'm sure it was providing funds for a lot of their other movies as well, so they should have just embraced it, but they didn't for whatever reason. Yeah. There's no license to hunt bear. I guess so. Works as a joke. Yeah. He was. I mean, License to Drive, Gremlins, Goonies, this one, fun stuff. He's got a little cameo in Bordello of Blood, not so bad. Probably. Yeah, they probably felt dirty, you know? Back then it was sort of like, "Oh, this is shameful and dirt." Like, Gene Siskel, I can't remember what movie he was talking about, but he said blood he called it blood money, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Gene, you're the friggin' worst. Like, shut the hell up. You're a total asshole." It's not like blood money is when you're actually doing those things for profit. And to say that like making money off a horror movie is blood money, it's like, well, then I guess Roger Corman should be called the very same thing, you know. It really pisses me off. And yeah, I think you're right, Aaron. It's part of a big reason, or probably one of the big reasons why they were ashamed of it, because it was looked at as like pretty much like porn. Yeah, they're terrible. Ebert was nice about like Dawn of the Dead. There were like a couple movies that he was nice about, but they certainly weren't slashers. Oh yeah, here we go. The famous dance scene. Everyone do your best imitation. The singing on this sounds like Trey Parker. It sounds like a joke. Nowhere. But of course, everyone knows, right? This was actually ACDC's Back in Black. I feel like a dummy saying it because it's like everyone knows that, but just in case you're in the chat and you don't know that, that's really the song that he was dancing to, which is why it extra doesn't make any sense. Probably would have cost a lot of money to get Back in Black in this movie. Not that they couldn't afford it, but yeah, Siskel was, I would say, worse than Ebert on that stuff. Siskel seemed to take it very personally, and it's like, oh, little baby's mad that no one ever asked him to make a movie. That's what it comes off as, like, very sour grapes. And then this guy's name Paul too? There's like a Paul in every other movie. It's like a Hammer film with these Pauls. Oh, that's assault, brother. Paul puts on this very old timey music, like the first record ever made in the 30s, something like that. No worries, Aaron. Yeah, Stand By Me as well. Ashton. Uh, I don't know. I think the acting in this movie's good. I don't know. I like the acting in a lot of the movies. I mean, it's all about like what kind of movie you're making, right? I think, usually I hear people say like the characters or unlikable in something like Friday the 13th, and I'm like, "Well, it's kind of the slasher thing, you know?" But I think all the movies have, like, their good acting points and their bad acting points for sure. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Quite a few because some of the movies, there's, like, 3. I think in Friday the 13th Part 2, there are 3 different people that play Jason because there was Warrington Gillette, there was Dash, and then there was, I can't remember her name, but it was like the when Jason first steps off the sidewalk or whatever into the puddle, that's actually a woman wearing that outfit, so technically that's 3 people there. Yeah, it's quite a few. I think so too, Blu-ray. I think there's bad performances in all of them, but, like, Part 6, everyone's really charming to me. I think everyone's really charming here. In Part 3, I think Chris is, like, she's alright. I don't know. Yeah, Kane is a great looking Jason, but he's in the worst movies, unfortunately. But yeah, like Part 7, he looks so cool. I like the wet look, excuse me, in Manhattan as well. You don't say that in front of the ladies, and they're twins, the hot one of the 2. That's terrible. I love it. They're so natural. And they're gonna shotgun. They make a friggin' mess here. This is an absolute disaster. It just makes me, you know. Oh, they're not even shotgunning. They're just, yeah. They should have shotgunned. Less of a mess if you shotgun. You know what I mean? Oh no. Paul, what are you doing, dude? You're with Judy Aronson, bro. That guy back there is like this Jude Law kind of thing going on. Oh, Sarah. He loves saying Sarah. Sarah. Dad's cream soda. Jeez, Paul, come on. Breaking my heart. Pissing me off. Hypothetically, let's say we get Legacy sequel to Final Chapter or Jason Lives. Bring back Corey Feldman or Tom Matthews or recast. Bring back Tom Matthews, but they've already done that pretty much with the Never Hike Alone movies. You should check them out, Jared. If you haven't seen those yet, Womp Stomp does an amazing job, really taking fan films up to a whole new level. They absolutely look professional and are very much, worth any Friday the 13th fans' time. Yeah, Tom was in Return of the Living Dead. Yeah. Um, I think it was the year before he was in Jason Lives. Yeah, I wish they would have done that too, Jimmy. Is that Jimmy Butler, the basketball player? No. Welcome to the chat, Jimmy. You are hanging out with the Death Squad here. I played it a few times. I was so bad at that game, but I like the NES game. I think that's pretty fun. It had to have been, right? Shotgunning has to be as old as cans, right? Ooh, and we are about to get Judy Aronson round 2. Oh, she's got so much to give, you know? You got that Jaws 3 raft out there. Boom. Money. Blu-ray, I have not seen it yet because I was thinking about covering it on the channel. So I was going to wait and do a little vid covering it. But I did read a tiny bit about it. I just have I have a Ron Sloan signature. He was a junior in part 5. I've got this NECA mask back here as well. And then I've got the Blu-ray box set. But I don't have any like anything, crazy. Allie is right. Ooh, I didn't see that we got a release date for the Final Destination movie. Nice. Andy, I think it's going to be the Return of the Living Dead sequel is going to take place just like in 1985 at Christmas time that year, just, down the road from what happened in the original film. Because the original film takes place on July 4th or July 3rd. Who's John Fury? I don't know how I caught up in age with Judy. It's not fair. No. What? She's in her 60s. Jimmy, I have not seen any of those, unfortunately, but I've heard really good things about all of them. Kind of abbreviated there. They really got out of that one. Oh, Dean Cundy's amazing. Yeah, I got to see it. Yeah, a little boobage in Never High Cologne 3. Why not? Why not? Oh, sweet. Yeah, Miguel Nunez Jr. I met him uh, earlier this year in the summer. A very, very friendly guy, very personable. Gave me his phone number and everything. Yeah, it's crazy how she looks. Yeah, it's wild. When they're listening to this really old time music, I can't see teenagers in 1984 wanting to listen to like ballroom waltz music. Oh my goodness. Chicks, am I right? I did, Cody. I've been trying to put together an interview with Miguel, but every time we start to get some momentum on the conversation, it just sort of drops off, unfortunately. Uh, I've got no expectations. It would be amazing if we were able to do one. No hard feelings or weird feelings about it. Of course, it would have been great if we could hook up and do an interview, but he's always busy. Hey, but you never know. The 40th anniversary of part 5 is coming up this year. Maybe I can get a little something going. I was able to interview Ron, and I got to hang out with him at a convention. I was actually working the horror show channel booth, and he was there, to help promote Dylan's new Nightmare. And it was fun just kicking it with him the whole day. It's, you have to be in the right frame of mind. That's for sure. I bet you do, Cody. Send me the questions you want to ask him, and if it ever happens, I'll make sure to ask those. Teddy's just throwing it at whoever. Like Teddy's about to go to the store from part 3 and see if anyone's hanging out over there. I love the dainty, like arms up walking, like ooh, ooh, monkey bottom. And he's got these like high waisted cutoffs. He's got like mom jean cutoffs going on. And whatever, he's in good shape. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. He's in much better shape than I am. But this looks very funny and not sexy. Unlike Judy Aronson. I bet you are, Cody. That line where he's got, we're going to go kick M. Bison's ass. It's really funny. Yeah, that's too bad. They could do a legacy sequel with Reggie the Reckless, all grown up. This guy gets a pretty brutal death here. Yeah. Oh, right in the store. Oh man. Cody, wasn't Ming Na Wen Chun Li in that? I really liked her in the Agents of Shield show. Um, it's crazy. She looks like she didn't age one day between Street Fighter and that Agents of Shield show. But she's pretty good. Was she in The Mandalorian? It's been like I only watched those seasons twice or no, once each. Yeah. He did. Yeah, Andy Raul did that movie as a basically a favor to his kids because they really liked the video game series. But yeah, he was extremely ill, unfortunately. I will say this. The performance is certainly over the top and pretty cheesy, but he gives it his all. And when you're battling something like he was battling, like having a tough battle with it, uh, I think it's something to be proud of. You know, he really does put his entire energy into that role. Yeah, Billy, I was just saying I got to hang out with him and everything, and there's an interview on the channel. If you check the community tab, you can check out the replay of that interview. I didn't do it live. It was just um, set up at a time that worked for both of us. But yeah, we talk about Ron getting into acting and his parts of his career, and then also just what it's like to be involved in the horror community. And we get more skin. As Def Leppard would say, skin on skin. Let the love begin. Speaking of skin, I think I saw something where there we go. Allie says Vinny won't put any skin in there. He is all about the story, which is what makes them so good. Yeah, some boobs wouldn't hurt, right? Oh, she's Mulan. She does the voice. I've never seen Mulan. I was too old when that came out. I remember liking the first two seasons. I don't even know if they've had a third. I bailed after the second season. I just bailed on Disney Plus. Joy Luck Club. Okay. Yeah, I missed that one too because it was such a like grown up movie. When it came out, I was I don't know early teens maybe. Yeah, friggin' what a crossbow spear. Ugh, and picked up by it. Yeah, he did a good job. Oh, I've never seen that one. I think Raul was great. Like, you know, the Adams Family movies are what I know him best from. He's really, really good in those. Yeah, the head rolling around really wasn't a thing. We talk about that in the interview, Billy. We talk about that. Go check it out. It's fun. Yeah. Yeah, Jabba the Hutt's son that was in like the Clone Wars movie that worked as like a pilot for that cartoon. That, 3D animated cartoon. And what's his face from the Bear is going to be the voice of Jabba the Hutt's son. Like, he's in a whole bunch of the movie, but he does have a kill scene, yeah. It's been a while since I've seen Step Brothers. I gotta check that out. He's very I've never seen that. This guy is sort of like the I don't know, for some reason I get that Jared Leto vibe from this dude. Oh, she's so bashful. Yeah, it's a really creative kill. I like that, sometimes off camera, like I like a little bit of everything, the dynamicism is really fun for me. I think that's one thing that like, Terrifier 3, I was kind of impressed that, some of it was just like we just saw the aftermath or, we didn't actually see the moment of impact. I thought that was pretty different for them. Oh, don't you say that, Mom. Now you're gonna get it. I guess I'm just gonna have to go walk outside and get killed off camera. What was she doing? Running around in the rain? What is this, MacArthur Park? Someone left a kick out in the rain. Hmm. I don't know. Probably gonna have to reboot that one. TCM has the most uneven franchise, I think, unfortunately. It's a drinking game here. If you drink every time they say Gordon, you know, it might not be until this part of the movie, but man, Corey Feldman says it a lot. Mom said it a couple times here. Yeah. You can turn on a light or something, lady? Got no man around, you know. Should have invited the camper. There you go, another drink. Why would the dog would there another drink would not want to be outside? Hey there, Jamie. Welcome to the stream. You are very welcome. We had, oh my gosh, some of our channel members, they ended up purchasing 35 memberships. Those memberships go out randomly. And yeah, you were gifted a channel membership. So welcome back to the fold. Really appreciate you jumping on in and saying what's up. Everybody make Jamie feel very welcome here. Jamie, I think, did you jump in? Was it when Damien Maffei was on Late Night with the Davy? Was that the first time you jumped in here? I think so. I hope you're having a great Friday the 13th weekend. We got some boring ass 80s underwear here. Nothing very exciting. I guess at least they're not brown like in part 2. Yeah. Her hair's kind of frizzy. I don't know. Cody, what do you think? You dig this chick? What do you think? Ali says, I was disappointed in Terrifier 3. The gore was there, but it's like he doesn't know where he wants the story to go. It's a lot of breadcrumbs. Yeah, to me, it seems like the story is going to a battle between heaven and hell. And it seems like to me in Terrifier 3 that Art is being controlled by Vicky now. That Vicky is like the demon is inside of Vicky. It is, yeah, nothing is explained very well. For a movie that's 2 hours and 5 minutes, yeah, they could have given us more story. I'm gonna keep on trying, Paula. Yeah, Billy, you're right. There's a deleted scene where Trish finds Mrs. Jarvis. Yeah. Oh yeah, horror movies. That's we celebrate it over here. We do other stuff like I did a Home Alone watch party earlier today, but yeah, always interviewing people, either other content creators or, performers or filmmakers, or kicking it here, watching a movie. And I mean, this one's an absolute classic. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Friday the 13th. I would imagine that perhaps you are if you jumped on in the stream. But yeah, I mean, the final chapter, so good. Yeah, she's cute. Blu-ray asks if you could bring back video rental stores, but that would mean that there's no streaming services. Would you do it? Well, I wouldn't want to make that decision for everyone, Blu-ray, because I'm sure there's some people that would much rather be able to stream. I love this. He's just cuts up his own tent, and then the way he's what the hell are you doing? It's pretty funny. I would I loved going to the rental store. It's a place to be social. As a kid, walking up and down the aisles and just seeing the boxes and seeing the artwork and wondering what those movies were like, especially horror movies. I remember like the Dolls cover or like Ghoulies, all that kind of stuff. It was just really exciting. It was another thing that I could do with my parents. It was fun to like go and do that with my dad or my mom and pick out a movie, maybe a video game if I was lucky. Probably only happened a few times a year where I got to rent a video game, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, I think the social aspect of it's pretty fun. This is pretty amazing though too. We have 27 people here watching Friday the 13th, the final chapter. So that's probably more people than I have ever hung out with in any video store Blu-ray. Really appreciate you guys jumping in. 28 people. Holy cow. Guys, if you're hanging out, make sure you hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. You can unlock membership for 99 cents a month. That's cool and everything. But what would really be cool is if you let a friend know that's into horror or loves YouTube. Yes, he's very aggressive with his kissing here. Let them know about the channel. And let's just keep this community growing. What's in a name? One of our brand new channel members jumping on in. Late to the stream, but can't jump into this movie anywhere, anytime. It's one of my favorites, or can jump into the. Oh, there you go. Thank you for the gift. What a nice surprise. You are very welcome. That is man, Leanna and Cody have been gifting memberships. 35 memberships have been gifted tonight. What's in the names? Welcome back to membership, man. Yeah, Jamie, I would say the first Terrifier is kind of like a demo tape. The second Terrifier is much better, but almost 2.5 hours long. And then Terrifier 3, it's like if you like Christmas horror movies, I think Terrifier 3 is the best one for, in my opinion so far. Yeah. Vicky's the one that jerks it with glass. Thank you, Jamie. Oh, oh, here we go. Boom. And then the cleaver to the face. Ooh. Jamie, is that the new Blair Witch? I've seen the original Blair Witch Project, and then I saw Blair Witch 2. I'm trying to remember what the subtitle to that movie was. Book of Shadows or something like that. I've seen those two, the first two. I've not seen. Have they rebooted it more than once? I haven't seen any Blair Witch movies past the first two. But let me know if I should check them out. I'm in an era of like really, diving into those blind spots and making sure I'm watching stuff that I missed. It's really good. Oh, Jason's like, I was there all the time. Biatch, biatch, biatch. This is great slow mo. Skadoosh. Beautiful glass explosion on the family truckster. No, she's toast now. And then he's talking about Sandra, and I think she's the girl from part 2 that's with the Kevin Bacon lookalike. The one with the ridiculous chest in part 2. Holy crap. Yeah, places of vulnerability are popular for those scenes. There you go. Kevin Ketchy, big Blair Witch fan. You got it. What's in a name? You know, Jimmy, there's a really good Nightmare on Elm Street fan film called Dylan's New Nightmare that's a sequel to Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And then there's a filmmaker, he's like an effects guy named Paul Bailey on YouTube. I'm trying to remember the name of his movie. It's called like The Last Nightmare of Detective something something. Look up Paul Bailey on YouTube. It's that one is really good as well. It's not as high production value as Dylan's New Nightmare, but the performances and all the Freddy stuff, very, very good. But yeah, I hear you. I kind of feel that way with, with Friday the 13th. It's just like, come on, rights holders, like get your act together. The fans want more of this. It's all part of the experience, honey. Aaron says, Davey, I work at a record store that has live music, and the girlfriend of the bassist in last night's band looked like Juliet Landau did, playing Loretta King in Ed Wood. It was uncanny. That is awesome that you work at a record store that has live shows. That's really cool. I worked at a record store, never had live shows, but that's such a cool aspect. And again, like you guys are talking about video rental stores and video game stores, record stores are our last bastion of that era of consumerism. I love going into record stores. I kind of have a rule. I walk around. If I see something I'm interested in, I pick it up, but I make sure that I'm like, I'm either going to spend $0 or I'm going to spend like $100. So it's either like I'm buying nothing or I'm getting a handful of records. I want the store to inspire me and speak to me, Yeah, he's done. Release the Kraken. Hey, no worries, man. No worries. It is time for a new person to take on the role. Absolutely. I have a video about that on my channel. I think there's a young actor out there. Well, he's about 37, same age that Robert was when he played Freddy for the first time. And his name's Jared Bankins. He was in the Twisted Metal TV show. He was in a movie about juggalos called Off Ramp. And I think he's been in that new NCIS like prequel show. But yeah, guys, check out that video. I think Jared's got what it takes. He's got the chops. He's got a really unique look, angular, and he's the right age. We need somebody that could play Freddy right? If we're going to hire somebody to play Freddy, you want him to be able to play him for at least 10 to 15 years, right? So everyone that's like 50 and over, they're out, Like I think David Dastmalchian could do it perhaps. He might be a little too old and also maybe a little too well known in the horror sphere. I think a really important part about Freddy is that it shouldn't be somebody that we know. It's got to be somebody fresh. It can be an up and comer that's done some things. The reason why it worked with Robert so well is because he wasn't famous. The role made him famous. And I think that's a really important thing is that suspension of disbelief, With adjacent actors, it doesn't matter. You put a mask on their face. It could be a famous person. Who the hell cares? You could get Tom Hardy to play Jason, and it would be about how it looks with the whole getup and everything. But with Freddy, I don't want to see somebody in there that I recognize. I tell you what, if Bill Skarsgård was hired to play Freddy Krueger, I wouldn't even watch the damn thing because it would completely take me out of it. Sarah? What is up with this guy? Sarah? The name is Sarah. It's not Sarah. It's been a while since I've seen it, Jamie. I like that one actor in it, the guy that was in Burn Notice. Forgetting his name right now. Jeffrey something. Yeah, I need to check that one out. Hey, Polly, drop the soap. Exactly. Yeah, the OG's great. We get a great, awesome close up of Jason, the head crush, really good stuff. You know, Jamie, I still need to watch Skinamarink. I've heard so many mixed things. I've heard good, I've heard bad. I guess I don't know. Let me see where I could watch that. Streaming right now. I just have such, here's the thing, Jamie. I am a habitual rewatcher. I find comfort in rewatching things. So admittedly, I don't watch as many newer movies as I should. Because I get so comfortable and I'm a creature of habit. I know it's not the way to go. So, but that's why I'm saying I've entered like a new era of like just watching movies I've never seen before. So, like now that we're getting close to Christmas, I've been watching a lot of Christmas horror movies that I've never seen before. Oh, so it looks like I could watch Skinamarink on Hulu or on AMC Plus. There it is. All right. To add it to the list. Mom's dead. Now, Jamie, it looks like you play the mother in the film, you play mom. So it looks like you're one of the top cast here. We'll have to get you on the channel. I mean, whatever, no obligation. Uh, Not sure if you like to chat about horror and all that stuff, but that's what we like to do here. So if you're interested in hopping on the channel, my links, social links are in the description below. I'll leave that avenue open for you to get a hold of me. I won't bug you or berate you about it. But if it's something you're interested in, or at least interested in having a conversation about, feel free to hit me up. Yeah, we can put a little something together. Ah, Tyler has experimented with converting DNN and Never Hike 2 into 3D. Interesting. Kevin says Skinamarink was my favorite horror movie of last year. I know that's blasphemy to many, but it just really worked for me. That's a cool way to go about it, Tyler. Is yeah, doing instead of doing the whole thing one way or the other, like having it fit with, having it be like a motif, kind of. I like that. Oh, it was a record. It was called Capitol Records, Capital with an AL, not the record company Capital with an OL. It was Capitol Records in Juneau, Alaska, where I grew up because Juneau is the capital city. Take care, Jimmy. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. Have a great rest of your night. Antonis Andriotis with a 4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Antonis. Really appreciate you, bud. One of our great channel members here. Antonis asks, who introduced you to the Friday the 13th franchise? Myself, unfortunately. Usually I would say my brother Matt, my oldest brother Matt, whose birthday was yesterday. Shout out, another happy birthday to Matt, since we're watching a Friday the 13th film here. Usually that would be my answer for a lot of movies like Alien, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the Terminator movies. I mean, and he would take me to movies when I was a kid and all sorts of, like we went and saw T2 Judgment Day. I was in like fourth grade. I was like 9 years old or whatever it was. All of my friends were jealous the next day. They wanted to hear all about the movie. I got to go see an R-rated movie on a school night, and everyone was jealous. But Friday the 13th was just USA Network was showing a marathon on a Friday the 13th weekend. I think it was in the winter. It might have been around, a December the 13th, I remember it specifically because my parents were basically babysitting some. My parents were in the Coast Guard. There was another Coast Guard family. The parents were going to be out of town, and their kids needed a place to stay. So two of their two sons came and stayed with us. And it was that weekend where they just showed like, a handful of the Friday the 13th movies on repeat. So everything was edited for television. It wasn't too bad. The first time I watched the original Friday the 13th, I was expecting Jason the whole time. It was a complete surprise that it wasn't Jason, which was really cool because at that time, Jason was such an icon. This is probably 91, something like that, So I think they were showing the Friday the 13th up through part 7. I don't know if Jason Takes Manhattan was on TV yet. That might have been like the debut of it. But really appreciate the $4.99 super chat, Antonis. So it is the same Jamie Hill. Yes. I'll have to check it out, Jamie. Definitely gave me an eerie feeling. I actually like the movie. There you go. There you go. The Entity. Love it. Kid Jason, I can't remember his last name. Ari something. I always remember that name because I love the name Ari. It's a beautiful Jewish name. And it's the name of the singer in my favorite band, Lifetime, from New Brunswick, New Jersey, Ari Katz. That's about as Jewish as it gets, right? Ari Katz with a Z. I guess you could get a little more Jewish than that. You could be like a Bergstein or something like. But Ari Katz is pretty awesomely Jewish as well. They do a good job here, Tyler, with the dummies. You're right. I guess the good thing about mixed reviews is people are feeling something about it. Not it's art. Not everyone's gonna love the art you put out there. But it is fascinating to see what people say. I used to produce music and write music and all that stuff, and yeah, don't read the comment section. Yeah, it's really cool that you jumped back on in, Jamie. It's the accessibility. Seeing people jump in here is really, really cool. That was the other girl. The other girl got the axe. Judy is the one that got killed in the raft, Billy. Oh, Jason just taking the machete to the hand there. This is what Cody Snyder really loves about Trish. I'm convinced. The fighting. She just never gives up. All right, I'll have to check it out. What's happening, Robert the Wolfman? Ow, ow! Long time no see, Robert. Love seeing you jump on in here. I hope all is well, good sir, and that you're having a great weekend so far. Happy Friday the 13th weekend here. There's a shot coming up here when Jason just like nonchalantly pushes Crispin Glover out of the way and the hands rip, and it is just so brutal and unsettling. Those windows should have been locked before. People. I guess it was the 80s. All right, so it's got like I'm getting the vibe about Skinamarink. This shot right here. Oh, the ripping of the hands. It's so brutal. Oh, I'm such a wuss. Yeah, it seems like it's got a surreal kind of feel, Skinamarink. Yeah, cleaver in the face. Whew. The shot just kind of gives it away here. Yeah, the negative space. You know somebody's flying through that damn window. Oh, and he's just got what does he have? A hammer stuck in his head? That's brutal. How does that even work? Oh, yeah, talking about the 3D. Oh my god, I could only imagine. Yeah. The slow-mo with the little beads of water and everything. Hell yeah, Jamie. Yeah, if you're interested in chatting for reals, feel free to hit me up. DM on Insta or Twitter or whatever. Yeah. I may have heard an oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it would be annoying at certain times, like when you're at dinner, you don't want strangers coming up to you, but also it's like, you know, I don't know. So many people would love to have that opportunity to be in something that people are going to remember forever, right? There you go. Yeah, Lehman, Ari Lehman. That's a pretty Jewish name as well. Coaster, gamer guy, cats. Welcome to the chat. I think this is your first time hanging out. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. Says I liked, shared, and subbed to your stream. Thank you so much. Art is art at the end of the day. I find things to appreciate about any movie. That's right. Except for Halloween 5. I should have known it was coming, Ashton. I'm right there with you, man. I Halloween 5 is completely lost on me. Bores the hell out of me. Oh, no way. My friend Bassamp plays in Ari's band, First Jason. Ari has a band called First Jason. That's amazing. Ah, it's a stake in his ear. It's not supposed to be some sort of wedged in hammer. Gotcha. Yeah, Billy Corgan with that's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Wow, in a convention setting. Wow. Oh, well, yeah, if you're asking people about stuff that they're not in, then I'd just be like, "What did I came here to talk about the movies I'm in?" 'Cause not everyone that's in horror movies is a horror movie fan. Of course, there's overlap, but not everyone. Ooh, Jason's got it's a moral conundrum. Who should I chase? What's happening, TJZ? Says, I'm really digging these Friday watch-alongs. Oh, yeah. Well, we can keep them going. We can fit one in tomorrow. It's still a Friday the 13th weekend tomorrow, so, yeah, Robert the Wolfman is, in fact, a legend. The mead maker, the mead master. Yeah, he's killing me. Hot take, says Jamie. He's killing me. He's killing me. That scared the crap out of me when I first saw this. It felt super realistic. Yeah, didn't the screenwriter great shot of Trisha's batch right there? Beautiful. Lovely. Really nice legs. And those boots are killer. I think the line, I can't remember exactly who wrote this or if it was Joseph Zito that put it in there, but there's a true story about that where that got worked into the script because somebody involved in the production, read a story where bystanders were just walking by as this person was being attacked. And that's what the person was actually saying was he's killing me. So it's funny, people, a little slow motion shot, low key slow motion there. Um, people act like, oh, it's so unrealistic, but it's like, that's funny because that was actually taken from real life. Let's see what you would say if something like that were happening to you. It's true, Paula. It is Saturday, but we're just keeping that Friday the 13th love alive. You know what I mean? Yep. It's a trope in this one, huh? Window throwing, window jumping. TJZ, which movie do you want to see tomorrow if we do a watch along? You guys want something like if you had to pick between part 7 and part 8. So if you had to pick between the New Blood and Jason Takes Manhattan, let me know. In fact, let me just go ahead and do this. So we have a poll in the chat here. What the hell is going on? We have a poll in the chat. Sorry, the YouTube is just being ridiculous to me right now. Judy Aronson or Barbara Crampton. 58% say Judy Aronson out of 26 votes. 59 out of 27. There we go. We're ending that one. Let's see here. Which movie for our next watch party? The New Blood. Jason Takes Manhattan. All right. There you go. The decision to proceed is yours, yours, yours. What's happening? Matt Facci, our great Death Squad mod, and man, a really good friend. Matt Facci says he's killing me, guy. What a punk, but he got no help from Trish. What a useless final girl. Oh, shots fired. Cody Snyder, what do you have to say to that? I want to know. This is our last Friday the 13th until June 2025, and the only one next year. Yeah. And that one is going to be Jason's 77th birthday because his birthday is officially June 13th, 1947. So yeah, Jason's getting close to 80 years old. Almost there. Always a good time to groom. Yeah, I need a little haircut. Ooh, the remake would be fun. I think the remake is on like HBO or on Max or something like that. Hey, Brooke's still kicking it back there. There you go, Ashton. Be like, oh, he's killing me. He's totally killing me. Is this all you got? I'm just kind of underwhelmed with the whole experience, Jason. Like, you some sort of two-pump chump? Like, what's going on? It's a shame, Matt, because I think the New Blood, if we could get that uncut version, you hire John Carl Beekler, a special effects wizard, as your director, and then all that footage, all the extra footage of the kills they destroyed. So there's only like VHS quality copies of it, unfortunately. Because even though the movie's not perfect, I think with actual gore in there, it would be a lot better. But also, I think the New Blood suffers, and Jason Takes Manhattan as well. It suffers from that late 80s, like fashion is really bad, hairstyles are really bad. Like things just look ugly in those two movies. The people and the clothes, it's just not very pleasing. And I think honestly that counts against the movie. I think that's why having a movie be timeless is probably one of the most important things you could do in your production. Something that won't age out, like me. I love Jamie. I just can't with Jason Takes a Cruise. That's what I imagine you saying it like that, Jamie. You know what? I like it with the commentary on because it's like the two leads, the final girl and final guy, they do the commentary. and they're like laughing at it the whole time and just sort of like poking fun at the whole thing. But yeah, it's not a good movie. Oh, I didn't know that, Billy. Billy, oh Billy boy. Yeah, it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't. Let your voice be heard in the poll then. Hey, when I was a kid and I saw these movies on TV for the first time, I loved The New Blood. I mean, it's already edited for television as far as gore goes. There are some boobs in it, but the way that Jason looks is so cool. The spinal cord, the ribs. And Corey Haim was never the same again right after that. All right, guys, that was Friday the 13th, the final chapter from 1984, directed by Joseph Zito. What a damn movie. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I still think that Jason Lives is still my favorite. It's probably always going to be my favorite. But I really do enjoy the final chapter quite a bit. Quite a bit. Let's see here. Just want to catch up with everyone. Yeah, the remake is fun. Do you guys want to do the remake instead? Let's see here. New Blood is destroying Jason Takes Manhattan. 15 votes, and it's about 70-30 pretty much. 70-30, give or take. So, all right, we're going to refine the poll. You guys that are still hanging out here are just being so sweet, just kicking it with us. At least we got some White Bat audio in the background there for us. All right. Which film do you want to watch next? So let's refine it here. The New Blood. And then I'll do 09 remake. Let's see what you guys say about that. Can you deal with that? Controversial opinion, but I really like Jason Goes to Hell, says TJZ. I think there's some things about it that work really well, for sure. Yeah. I don't like the music too much. I think the practical effects are really, really good. Even though I don't know if I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, obviously. I don't know if those worlds really need to blend. But I do think the effects work is very incredible. Yeah. I did not see that. I didn't watch too much Mad TV. Felt like they sort of beat their jokes to death, and the skits went on for too long. It did really get screwed over. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Well, it's probably a little bit of a robot, right, Tyler? He probably, a puppet that he can control something. Because it does seem, like there's some sort of articulation for sure. Yeah. It is, I think, and it suffers. Jason Goes to Hell suffers, the 90s. Some of those movies were so like clean looking. They were like overly lit. It took a little bit of a while for the 90s to really find their stride. I feel like 90s horror just really didn't start settling in until like halfway through the decade, which is the opposite of the 80s. The 80s like hit the ground running because the 70s horror movies sort of laid the groundwork. So by the time Friday the 13th comes out in 1980, then the slasher craze happens, and it's like 86, 87 is when stuff starts getting like super lame in horror, in that decade. The New Blood cut a lot of gore. Yeah. Oh my, it cut so much gore. The MPAA shredded the thing. They shredded Jason Takes Manhattan too. Hardly anything in that movie. Yeah. Those friggin' supernatural guys just won't leave us alone, man. They're not even good actors, but they still get to be in stuff. I don't get it. Who destroyed the New Blood gore footage? Cut to Gene Siskel warming his hands over a trash barrel, flames shooting out. Probably. It's blood money. It's the New Blood money. Blech. Yeah. Well, Gene got his karma, didn't he? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Jason X, Jason X, another movie. It just looks so clean. Clean in a bad way. The sets look so cheap. It looks like a sci-fi made-for-TV movie or like a low-budget Star Trek show. There are some memorable scenes, though. There are some things that I like about Jason X. It's so tough to pick between Jason X and Jason Takes a Cruise. They're both so bad. I like the way Jason looks more in Takes Manhattan, though. I do. Yeah, I mean, it's a way to watch it and have it be bearable, Jamie, because they're taking the piss out of it for sure. Wish the New Blood took place on Halloween and the violence didn't get absolutely neutered. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Watch Party the remake. Oh my goodness. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Get your votes in, folks. Get your votes in. It's about 70-30 right now. 60-40. 60-40 with 17 votes. That's not very convincing. That's not very convincing. Because the New Blood destroyed Takes Manhattan. Stupendous. Perfect nipple placement. That's right. It's all about the nipple placement. I think it's pretty underrated as well. I think I've got it like in the middle of my ranking. I struggled with if I should put it above the original or not, because I really do like the remake. But of course, I've said that so much tonight. They're like so juicy, dude. Killer Cut remake watch along. Well, I'd probably just do whatever streaming TJZ, because I want it to be as accessible for everyone as possible. I think I've got the Killer Cut on Blu-ray, but I wouldn't want to, limit who can watch along with us and all that kind of fun stuff. At least watch the same version as us. When they did That's in early horror movies, it was kind of like silly putty and food coloring. Yeah, I think, I would say in Night of the Living Dead, it's a little bit better than that. Yeah, Trent from 09 is a real nice guy in real life. And won't write his famous lines on posters out of fear of getting canceled. Yeah, I've heard he does like really great work with like underprivileged kids, and that he helps like fund schools in third world countries and all that kind of stuff. And that all sounds really, really sweet for sure. Yeah. He just wanted his machete back. Yeah, they did keep that scene. There's hardly any gore though, right? There's no like blood spurt when Julius gets his head, punched off. Just watch TMNT 1990. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I wonder when that came out in 90, because we could do a 25th anniversary of that one, Tyler. I love that movie. Let's see here. I'm going to check it out. TMNT 90. When did that movie come out? March 30th, 1990. So guys, in March, we'll be doing I think that's the 40th anniversary of A New Beginning as well. So we'll work in a couple watch parties then. Hell yeah. You are very much welcome, Kevin. Yeah, if you guys really want to do another one tomorrow, we can work one in tomorrow. I'll put a little something out there, a little feeler. I know you guys have just been getting bombarded with Davey lately, but if you're enjoying this kind of stuff and you like hanging out with me, I mean, I like hanging out with you guys, and I like watching movies, so we can jump on in and hang out and watch a movie together, Should have been here more for this one since it's final chapter, but duty calls. No worries, Cody, no worries. We may watch this one again in the future, and maybe you can join. I know you've done that before on other channels, but maybe we could get you in on this one as well. What's happening? Mark, one of our great channel members, Mark from Tales from the Shelf. Love that guy's channel. If you've not checked it out yet, give Mark's channel a peep and see what you think. See if you want to, subscribe to that one. Oh, sorry, 35 years. Yeah, I'm just not even thinking anymore. The room gets hotter and hotter the longer I'm in here with these lights, Tyler. And then I just end up thinking that I'm 10 years younger than I actually am. Yeah, 35 years for TMNT 1990. We'll celebrate that in March, along with 40 years of A New Beginning. More cowbell, says Leanna. I mean, Davey. You got it. Hot take, TMNT Secret of the Ooze is fun. I think it's kind of fun, but I also think it's just, little kid stuff. Unfortunately, I think the 91 ages very, very well. Have a great night, Allie. Thank you so much for kicking it with us. Leanna, thank you so much for kicking it with us as well. You guys have been amazing. I'm going to put a little feeler out there, a little poll out there for you guys to vote on, and just for everyone else to vote on that's not been hanging out with us here in the live. This has been really great. I feel like I've spent so much time with you guys here. So 21 votes in the 09 remake gets 52%. There you go. There it is. And Cody Snyder's been a member for 4 months. Hell yeah. Of course, Brooke, you've got it. Thank you so much for being a Death Squad mod over here and kicking it with us. Really appreciate you, Cody. I love you too. I love all of you guys. You guys, yeah, you keep everything going. You keep the lights on. The Patreon members and the YouTube channel members. You guys are all amazing. Of course, if you're subscribed, that's really cool. Heck, if you're just watching along for the very first time, you don't even know if you want to subscribe. Thank you so much. Leave a like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give us a shot. See if you dig it. And whoa, look at that. Jamie's been a member for 4 months as well. You guys have been there since the very beginning. Love y'all so much. Really want to thank my Death Squad mods. We got Cody Snyder, Jamie Hart, Brooke Scarlett, and Robert the Wolfman. Ow, ow! And Fachi was in here for a minute too. So we had a good little collection of the mods throughout. Yeah, guys, so pumped that you hung out with me so much today. It's been a bit of a marathon here on the YouTube, but I've had an absolute blast. I'm going to go relax a little bit and maybe put on a movie that I can just sort of shut everything off and enjoy. Really appreciate y'all. I will get a poll going for what's coming up tomorrow and see what you guys are feeling. So, hey, until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.